The film is a true account of the hijacking process. Whether or not we run into each other, it never hurts to know. The Kingdom Airways flight to London Heathrow Airport slowly lifts off. All the passengers are looking forward to the next journey. They didn't know they were about to suffer the greatest calamity of their lives. The little girl found something under the sink in the bathroom. Careful identification of the whole small face immediately. Good thing she kept her cool. Quietly returned to her seat. The first time to show things to her partner. The two people next to her got a shock. At this time, an old man with a flower shirt asking what's going on. The little girl showed no guard against him. Hand over the bullet she just found in the bathroom. You wouldn't expect something like that on a plane. Floral shirts comfort a few people not to preach. He's going to check in with the crew. Who knows flower shirts straight to the first class? Lean over and gently tell him the beard in front of him. The bullet we left behind was found by a passenger. Floral shirts are recommended in advance. The beard whispers bad luck. Let the flower shirt hold those little girls steady. The plan will go into effect in 5 minutes. The cuckold hat is a signal to your mates. The passenger in the back seat, only sporadic conversation between the two men. Sensitive and suspicious, he suddenly rose a flower shirt, wearing a cuckoldry for no reason. After a tour of the various warehouses, back to the little girl again. Say the crew had confirmed it. The bullet was taken during a routine security check. Left it in the bathroom. But the oldest woman found something strange. There couldn't have been a lapse of that magnitude on a plane. She decided to ask the crew herself. But when they arrived, the girls were afraid to speak to plainly, causing panic among the other passengers. Hamden halt for a long time but did not say why. In the same sense that something is wrong. In Sam in business class, he saw the beard whispering with the flower shirt. Walking into the bathroom with a toiletry bag, Sam immediately stood up and asked the stewardess, who knows the reply. Toiletries are not provided on this flight. This made his doubts even worse. Look around at the passengers in the rear cabin. Sure enough, a few other people were carrying identical toiletries. He was going to talk to the flight attendant. A robber who can be prepared for already pulled a pistol out of his toiletry bag. All the passengers couldn't stop screaming. Usually, this kind of scene only happens in the movies. They all instinctively crouched in their seats. Sam, on the other hand, seemed remarkably calm. All kinds of questions were being considered in the twinkling. What was the robbers' goal? How did they get their guns here? I didn't know when I boarded the plane earlier. The robbers took control of the inspector's family and threatened their lives. Managed to slip a green toiletry bag past security. This operation was planned for a long time. The job of the robbers was very clear. Someone is restraining the passengers. Someone took everyone's electronics. A flight attendant compares chicken hide in the corner. Secretly reported the cabin condition to the captain. I got caught, though, but he did his job with honor. The captain who learned the news dared not immediate wiring dispatch indicated there had been a security incident on Kingdom Marshall. His mind was clear. Under no circumstances can we open the cab door. But it seems the robbers had a plan. That is to bring a flight attendant to the cab door. Blackmail the captain to open the gate immediately. The captain was the first to say he wouldn't open the door under any circumstances. Who knows where the robbers will fly the plane? The robber leader asked him to give the phone to the captain and threaten them if they don't open the door, then shoot the flight attendant. The captain was suddenly silent. I can't believe the robbers knew. I have an underground relationship with this flight attendant. The side of the co-pilot looks slightly Remind changed. The captain not to do anything. He knows the captain has true love. Over the objections of the co-pilot, forced open the cab door. From this moment on, this flight is totally in the hands of the robbers. The captain was very cooperative and connected to Says the security incident just reported was a false alarm. It was a prank by a couple of drunks. They'll be handed over to the police when the plane lands. His tone was very calm, without arousing the slightest suspicion from the dispatcher. The robbers were even more delighted. Ordered the captain to turn off the Wi-Fi. At the same time, the robbers in the cabin were about to take Sam's phone. He took his own seat in first class. I don't have my phone with me. When the robbers were far away, Sam hastily edited one to his ex-wife on his phone. There is news that the plane is in danger. When the message is sent, the plane's Wi-Fi is completely shut down. The two passengers behind him were even bolder. I heard the robbers speaking Arabic. Identify these robbers immediately to crash the plane into a building. Act like you're trying to kill them. Sam quickly turned back to persuade them. They speak Arabic. It's because the flight leave from Dubai does not represent a suicide hijack. A stewardess was forced by a robber. Enable broadcast notification. The plane is under full control, and no one on the outside knows about it. I hope everyone stays calm and doesn't mess around. Failure to do so will result in the most severe punishment. Most of the passengers shivered in their seats. I prayed that the gods would come to save them from the abyss. The only person on the outside who heard just about Sam's ex-wife. He gave information about Sam's accident. Show it to my son and boyfriend. There's a sentence at the end that says, I'll be home. The boyfriend thinks Sam's tone is a little too big. He walked away from the plane with confidence. But his ex-wife and son have faith in Sam, because he's the top negotiator in the world. At the same time, Sam from the plane suddenly stood up. Ignoring the robber's warning, he walked slowly back to his seat and offered to hand over the cell phone he had hidden. The chief was astonished at this, risking getting shot for this. Sam, of course, doesn't shoot. He said there were overwhelmed by people on the flight, and you were just maybe something unexpected will happen in the next second. He can offer any help, as long as he can get home safely. The robbers were stunned. No passenger offers to help a robber. I pulled out his passport and I didn't find anything unusual. Sam added again. Flower shirt came to talk to you in a hurry. Apparently because of some kind of that's causing you to move ahead of schedule. The flight arrives at its destination in more than 5 hours. Who knows how many more accidents there will be in between. As if to verify his words, the passengers in the last row forced the wires out of the seat. A golf ball stuffed into a sock to make a weapon. When one of the robbers passed by, the two men worked together to knock off the robber's pistol in an instant. But it also alerted the first-class robber. The two heroes were overpowered without question. Only the dropped pistol is missing. Eagle-eyed Sam bent down quickly, picked up the pistol from under the seat and pointed it at the robber. But here's the surprise. He gave the pistol back. The move no doubt relaxed the robber's guard. Sam returned to his seat on his own. Nothing stopped him. Just two heroes who suffered. He was hung and beaten by the robbers. And Sam, who gained initial trust. And on to the next step. He slipped a note to the robber leader. Alert the pilot. This remark immediately roused the curiosity. Sam explained, the captain is really only responsible for the takeoff all the way on autopilot. If we keep the captain in the cockpit, he could have flown the plane anywhere. The robbers didn't listen to Sam's story. I went to check with the captain myself. When I found out it was all on autopilot, the next moment the captain was escorted out of the cockpit. That's exactly what Sam wanted. I saw him quietly turn on the game console and actively apply for online mode. The captain in his seat did not move his eyes. Quietly clicked the agree button. The two men managed to establish a special channel of communication. That dispatch didn't know what was going on inside the plane. Sam felt a chill in his heart. The reason he's trying to fake the robber's popularity, just to find a better way to break the game. The captain told him it was Iraqi air traffic control. Someone will contact the plane. If you don't get a response, they're going to send in air forces. Sam's eyes lit up. I thought it was a great opportunity. Not long after, there's a communication request from the control. It's now over Iraq. They asked to speak to the captain. Sam stood up at once. Alert the robber to answer immediately, or they'll be followed by fighter jets. Panicked. What if the captain risks his life? Sam on the side continues to stir things up. If you don't answer, everybody's going down too. There's no way out. The robber had to force themselves on the captain. In the cab, he was able to verify his identity. And under duress from the robber, it means the plane is in a safe condition. Robbers in the air include commanders on the ground. Zizi breathed a sigh of relief. One of them was a dispatcher named Tazen, more responsible. He already thought there was something wrong with the captain. First it was dangerous and now it's fine. Maybe someone was forcing him to lie. So Tazen immediately ran to security, asked to see the plane's pre-flight surveillance. I watched it back and forth several times. I finally noticed something unusual. A security officer named Bonnie. I got a phone call. He left his job in a hurry. His superior said he was sick and asked to go home early. This made Kazan feel more and more wrong. He decided to go to Bonnie's house and see for himself. But when he arrived, only a few cleaners were seen sweeping the floor. I only found out under question. Bonnie's in the bathroom at the bottom of the second floor. Kazan walked over to check in some confusion, only to find Bonnie and her husband lying all bloody on the ground, and the cleaner didn't know when to show up behind him. At the same time, dispatch suddenly detected it. The route of Kingdom to Flight 9, 3 degrees of deviation. That would never have happened after 911. So this is how Sam and the captain worked it out. In response to a control inquiry, the captain slipped 3 degrees off course. It's sending a clear signal to dispatch. There was an accident on his flight, and that's the first and second of 7 hours of downtime. Friends who like to remember to keep paying attention. I'll see you next time.